step by step on business. That's on my mama, watch me spin on me and split, now I can't feel it. We in the trap, we sold the city on my biddy. Take these diamonds off and show you how we lit it.
Welcome back to Before the Horn podcast, episode 17. As you know, I'm your host, Khalil, as usual. With me every single time, your host, Day One.
Yo.
Yeah, we missing Dennis today. He broke his back on some Mike Tyson stuff. So, we won't have him today. But, we still got to, do the podcast. We got a packed episode again, recap of NFL Week 3. We also got to recap what we saw from college football Week 4. What was it, 6 ranked games? So we got a lot to talk about there. We're also going to give you our top 10 small fours as well. Which preseason teams that were playoff contenders are in trouble as of right now. Without further ado, take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 17. Let's get to it. We're going to go into week 3 of the NFL 2023 season. As we currently doing this podcast, there's a Monday Night Football doubleheader, Philadelphia and Tampa Bay, and LA and Cincinnati. All right, let's get into it. On Thursday Night Football, we saw the New York Giants. All the hype died down as they went to San Francisco. They lost 30-12.
I mean, it kind of played out how we all assumed it to play out. 49ers dominate. Debo had him a huge game. 49ers was just a way more physical team than the Giants. And, well, as we've seen and as we've been talking about all along, Mr. Danny Dimes went for 22 for 32 for 137 yards and an interception. That's your $40 million quarterback that's doing that, right?
Keep going.
That's y'all for y'all been defending this man all offseason, his $40 million, just for him to give y'all 137 yards in primetime TV. But I'm gonna talk more about the 49ers. It was just well operated, well ran team, way more physical than the Giants. Brock Purdy, not spectacular. He do what he have to do. He's still mid to me. He throws a bunch of quick screens and stuff like that, and a lot of yards after the catch with Christian McCaffrey and Debo. But when you got playmakers like that, all you got to do is not turn the ball over, and he didn't do that. He went for 310 and 2 tutties. So they did what they had to do, and 49ers defense showed up and showed out and made it a long day for Daniel Jones in that offense. And you only got, without Saquon Barkley, 29 rushing yards. Y'all better pay that man. Y'all only got 20 total rushing yards as a team.
He's your offense. If
y'all better pay that man for real. But that was my takeaways from this game.
Honestly, not too much comment on that. Y'all know I don't like Daniel Jones. Never was a fan of him coming out of college. I feel like Giants reached when they took him for the 6th overall pick. I think he's garbage. He only threw for 137 yards, like Khalil said. If y'all have noticed, Saquon is your offense. I mean, out of all y'all that ran the ball, y'all only ran for 29 rushing yards. Again, this is a very stout Niners defense. But at the end of the day, coming off the momentum against the Cardinals game, I mean, the Cardinals are a way different team. We're going to talk about them later. But it's like you expected the Giants to do more in this game. And then for the Niners, like Khalil said, I think Brock Purdy is mid. I don't care. Stop defending him. We got all the stout players on offense. It's not hard to do much and throw motion gadgets and check down screens and
he had
crosses over the middle. It's open.
It was crazy.
Exactly. Like it's like what y'all really what we were talking about. Honestly, a good win by San Fran. All right, on to the next game. We saw the Indianapolis Colts defeat the Baltimore Ravens in overtime off of game-winning field goal, 22-19.
Bro, I don't know what was up with the Ravens this game. Like, Gardner Minshew looked pretty solid. Gardner Minshew gonna do what Gardner Minshew do. He's a very solid backup. You can work with him, and whether it was pretty or not, he made the plays when he had to do it. In overtime, got his team in field goal position to kick the game-winning field goal. But the Baltimore Ravens defense let Zach Moss rush for 122 yards. Zach Moss. This is not Jonathan Taylor back there. That's Zach Moss we're talking about.
That's crazy.
He was like a second, third string running back for the Buffalo Bills. Y'all just let him go for 122 on y'all. That's really where y'all lost the game, in my opinion. And Lamar had a shaky game. He had a good game rushing. He went over 100 yards rushing the football and 2 tutties. But as far as passing, he missed some throws that I think he should have hit. If he put the ball in the right place, a couple plays would have been made. We wouldn't be talking about the Indianapolis Colts upsetting the Ravens without they starting QB. So That is just my takeaways from it.
Gardner Minshew got a win against a really good team. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is more on the Ravens than it is the Colts winning. And no, I'm not a Colts hater. I'm not a Colts hater. Y'all did still my offensive coordinator. He is now y'all head coach. But it's like Khalil said, Zach Moss, 122 for 30 carries, and then Mike Pittman made plays down the stretch. Josh Down stepped up. Alex Pierce, he had some highlight plays, but what in the world was up with this Ravens team? Like Lamar, he ran for over 100 on the ground by himself. He threw for over 200 in the air. They receivers, though, no receiver cracked 50 yards. You need more out of your receivers. And defense, they did as much as they can do, but at the end of the day, the coaches did more, and they got the win. Cleveland Browns, they defeated the Tennessee Titans 27-3. Y'all know I'm hyped right now. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Don't get me started on your boy. I ain't gonna lie. This was the best game we've seen from him in years. Since the last time he played in Houston. This is the best game we've seen from him. You know, when you can't get anything on the ground, they only average 2.5 yards carry on the ground. So they had to get it done through the air. And Deshaun Watson did what he had to do. He finally showed some flashes of why, you know, he was an elite quarterback and why you would pay him. I don't agree with the 230 guarantee, but you know, he got it, his money. He earned his victory. He went 27 for 33, 289, 2 tutties, no turnovers. So that's good. Amari Cooper had him a big game. We're going over 116. But man, Ryan Tannehill looked freaking bad.
He's trash.
Real bad. I mean, if he continues to play like this, Will Levis will be their starting quarterback sometime this season.
Yeah, by the middle of the season. By the middle of the season, Will Levis
will be their starting quarterback. You didn't get anything from Derrick Henry as well, though. He gave you 11 carries for 20 yards. That's definitely not going to get it done. You know that. You know this offense runs through Derrick Henry. So if they can't run a football, they're essentially done. They're dead in the water. Cleveland jumped out in the lead, never looked back, and ran away with this one.
Hey, good job by the Browns all around, except the run game. It was really weak, like Khalil said. You averages 2.5 yards per carry rushing total out of everybody. Deshaun Watson, this is the best game I've seen you play in a while, and that's what I like to see. I'm not going to get too hyped. Amari Cooper, you did turn the clock back, but I need more from the other receivers. The Browns defense, y'all played great. Tannehill, y'all know what I think about Ryan Tannehill. I think he's dog crap. He only threw for 104 yards. Derrick Henry only had 20 yards rushing, so it's like, what can you do? Like Khalil said, this offense run through Derrick Henry. Run game is not going. This team is not going. This offense is not going. So, I mean, after the overtime win against the Chargers last week, the Titans just fell on their face after that. But, hey, good win for Cleveland. All right. Next game, we saw Madden numbers in this game. It's like the Dolphins were playing Madden or rookie mode. Miami beat Denver 70-20.
Are we looking at the best team in the league right now, bro? It's hard. It's
hard to argue that.
It's hard because when you look at their offense, they put up 70 points without their second best receiver. Jalen Waddle did not play in this game. Tyreek Hill had him a field day, 9 catches, 157 and a tutty. But I mean, Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane went for 203 on the ground. And then where's that? Another 30 rushing. So he went for over 230 all-purpose yards with freaking 4 touchdowns? Mostert had 4 as well. Everybody got a touchdown. Chosen Anderson had a touchdown. Like, this was a horrible, all-time horrible performance from the Denver Broncos and a Sean Payton coach team. And Sean Payton was making all that noise about what Nathaniel Hackett did last season. I tell you this. He ain't do that. He ain't let the team give up 70.
He let him 70.
Like, that was embarrassing watching that, bro. It seemed like every single time Miami touched the ball, they just broke it. They just made another big play after big play. It just happened. That defense was horrible. And I don't know why Russell Wilson was still in the game with like 4 minutes left to go. Like, that didn't make any sense to me either. I don't know what they're trying to do there, but Miami really looked like the best team in football as of right now.
Honestly, y'all saw what happened, bro. This was piss poor by Denver on all levels. Bro, Mostert and Achane, what? Their stats was crazy. 5 total rushing touchdowns among them. Then Mostert caught a touchdown. Tyreek Hill had a field day, and so did Chosen Anderson. Tua is balling out right now. Tua is balling out. Like Tua looks like a top 3 quarterback right now. You can't argue that. All the quarterbacks that are normally good are playing bad right now. Tua looks phenomenal, and I'm giving him that hype right now. He just got to stay healthy. But the Broncos, what do you do going forward with this team? Like, what do you do going forward? Like, this is just bad. This is all bad. Like, Sean Payton, bro, I feel like he's not going to make it to the next season the way they're playing right now. I don't know.
If the decision had to be made between Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, I think Sean Payton had longer leaps than Russell Wilson.
I mean, yeah, but if your team is playing this bad so far through 3 weeks, they're 0-3, and they look pitiful.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how Vance Joseph made it back on that team playing though. As a DC, you give up that. Like I don't even. If I'm the owner, I'm like, yeah, bro. I don't know where you going, but you ain't coming back to Denver with us. So find your own way back. But yeah, like that was pitiful.
Yeah, man. All right, next game we saw AFC East matchup. New England Patriots, they defeated the New York Football Jets 15-10.
This was not a pretty game on both sides of the ball. And I'm going to just start off with the Jets, bro. Jets, go sign Carson Wentz or something, bro. I'm sorry.
Please
I'm sorry. You need to stop trying to trot number 2 out there. He's not the answer. He's not going to get it done. Like, the offense looks bad. Like, Garrett Wilson, he makes Garrett Wilson look bad. Like, you have a number 1 receiver. You can't tell. Like, you can't tell what's going on at all. Like, that offense cannot get started at all. I'm surprised they got the touchdown they did. They did get a touchdown. Cool. But they need to lean more on a run game. Breece Hall got 12 carries. Dalvin Cook only got 8. That's a total of 20 carries. That's not going to get it done. You need to be more balanced, passing, rushing, more rushing. Put the ball in your playmaker's hand and take it out of Zach Wilson's hands. On the other end, on the Patriots, it wasn't their best outing. Like, their offense is just not it. They got a very, very good defense. That defense is nice. Top 10 defense in the NFL is nice. But you don't have no weapons around Mac Jones, bro. Like, you don't have him a number 1 receiver. You barely got him a number 2 receiver, if you want to call it that. So, like, I just don't like. This was 2 mid teams, in my opinion.
Yeah, this definitely was a definition of a mid-off game. I mean, we see the Patriots, they catch fire in late games sometimes, but it's like, this was bad on both sides. And the fact that this game almost came down to a completed Hail Mary when the Jets almost won this game, boy, I was like, I know this game not about to end like this between these 2 mid-ass teams. But there's nothing more I could say, honestly. Khalil hit all the hammers on the top of the nails' heads. So, yeah, that was mid-game. Patriots got the win at the end of the day, though. All right, next game, we saw the manslaughter. Josh Allen and the Bills, they went to Washington, and they killed the Commanders 37-3.
I'm going to just say it now. I was wrong. I picked the wrong AFC team not to make the playoffs. Bills is definitely making the playoffs. That offense was good.
100%.
Josh Allen looked pretty good. You know, he didn't have the most flashy numbers, but, you know, that offense moved the ball with ease. And this is a very respectable Commanders defense, bro. This is a very good Commanders defense. But they literally got what they wanted on the offensive side of the ball. Stephon Diggs went for 111. You know, he had him a game as always. But Commanders offense is just not it. Like, Sam Howell is not it, bro. He threw for 4 interceptions yesterday. That defense was just picking them off with ease, bro. And you can't do anything like you can't win with your quarterback only throwing for 170 yards, no tutties, and 4 interceptions, bro. You can't do nothing with that, bro. So this is more on what that offense did than that defense, because he just put the defense in very bad positions, and the Bills capitalized on everything, and they looking legit. It sucks because they're not gonna win that division. I already picked Miami to win that division. Miami's looking stout, but
I got
Bills is going to be a problem if they get that offense rolling when Josh Allen do not turn over the football.
Like you said, Khalil, Josh Allen didn't have too great of a game, but they got the win. That defense won them the game. The defense won them this game. They stifled Sam Howell. Eric Bieniemy had no answer for this Bills defense. They confused Sam Howell all game. And James Cook had almost 100 yards on the ground. Stephon Diggs got whatever he wanted against this Commander secondary. Like, wherever he lined up, whether it was X, Y, or Z, Stephon Diggs, he killed it. But just like you said, man, what's up? Like, we need more out of these Washington receivers. I mean, McLaurin only had 40 yards. Kurt Samuel had 54 yards. Jahan Dotson like 21 yards. Like this Bills defense, it was really the Bills defense. They shut this Commanders offense down. The Bills defense, I'm hearing, had almost 50 points of fantasy. That's how great they played on defense. But hey, good win by Buffalo defensively. All right, moving on to the next game. We saw the Atlanta Falcons, they got cooled down. They went to Detroit and they lost to Golf and the Lions 20-6.
This is a classic case of, and I mentioned this as well. I had Atlanta winning this game, not gonna lie, but it was all contingent on the run game. But when your run game give you 20 carries to 44 yards, you can't do nothing with that. Bijan carried the ball 10 times for 33 yards. Algier carried it 7 for 12. Like you can't win that way. And hats off to the Detroit defense for making them a one-dimensional team and making Desmond Ridder throw the football. Desmond Ridder threw the football 38 times. Like this is another team that needs to balance that they run with their pass game. Because at the end of the day, the run game is their strong suit of this offense. If this offense want to do anything, it's going to run through them. Jahmyr Gibbs finally got touches. Yeah, 17 touches finally. He carried the ball for 80 yards. So I see him, hopefully they feature him more going forward and he gets more touches as the offense go. Jared Goff had him a solid game. He had 1 touchdown, 1 turnover. But all in all, this is more on the Falcons, not, being able to run the ball. And don't get me wrong, Detroit jumped out on them early and they couldn't run the ball no more. But you have to find a way to get your playmakers the ball, being Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. That's their bread and butter if you want to win any games in this league this year.
I as well picked Atlanta to win this game, and they disappointed me. Right when you start to give the Falcons hope, they disappoint you. As usual, that's just what Atlanta does.
Classic Falcons, man.
Classic Falcons. But I agree with you. The Falcons have to rely on their run, and that's what they did the first 2 weeks, and they were successful. But like you said, when Bijan and Algier, both of them came to crack 50 yards apiece, or not even that as a minimum, you're not winning this game. You made Desmond Ridder throw the ball almost 40 times. The receivers, none of them had over 50 yards receiving. Kyle Pitts was your leading receiver, which was surprising. He only had 5 catches for 40 yards. Underwhelming for Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, get out of there, please. Please get out of here. I know you're going in your 3rd year, but get out of Atlanta as soon as you can, please. They're going to ruin this man's career, in my opinion.
His potential is just wasted.
Exactly, they're wasting his potential, and it's all because of the quarterback. The Lions, I mean, you got Jahmyr Gibbs the ball finally, but this was nothing too crazy offensively of a game for them. I expected more from the Detroit Lions on offense against his Falcons defense for some reason, but it didn't pan out. Either way, Detroit got the dub. All right, moving on to the next game. Jordan Love, he put the team on his back for real. Let's be real. They defeated the New Orleans Saints 18-17, which Derek Carr left in the 3rd quarter due to an AC joint injury.
Bro. This shit pissed me off, bro. Excuse my language too, but this pissed me off, bro. What are we doing on that offensive line, bro? That offensive line looked freaking piss poor. Trevor Penny, you're a 1st-round draft pick. You look piss poor. Ryan Ramczyk, I don't know what the hell's going on with you. You're one of the highest paid right tackles. You look freaking bad. They was teeing off on Derek Carr. That's the reason why he got hurt. And offensively, we only scored freaking 10 points. The other 7 came from a Rashid Shaheed punt return. Like, we got to tighten up. Like, this is not what's going to win you the division. Like, the good thing is Alvin Kamara comes back. And that's going to be a big addition to a team that couldn't really run the football. Kendrick Miller only gave you 34 yards. Tony Jones Jr. gave you 34 yards. And we only gave the ball to Taysom Hill 4 times. Taysom needs to touch the ball more than that, especially when there's no Alvin Kamara. We've seen it last week with Carolina. When Taysom touched the ball, good things just happen. It just works like that. But this is more on the Saints. Lack of offensive line play, it starts there. Because if they was playing better offensive line wise, Derek Carr wouldn't be freaking hurt, and Derek Carr could have kept you in this game. And I swear to you, Derek Carr is not going a whole half without scoring no points. And it came down to a field. They still had a chance to win this. It came down to Blake Grupe missing a 46-yarder. If he makes that, they might win. Never know what happens because backers get the ball back, but we might win. But Saints defense did what they had to do. I'm sorry, like 11 straight games holding teams under 20 points. You're doing your thing. I don't put nothing on that Saints defense for letting this comeback happen. This is more on the offense for not being able to score points for 30 minutes the whole second half. So we got to tighten some things up, especially offensive line wise, because we look freaking terrible right now, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to agree. I mean, Derek Carr get hurt this game, it kind of killed y'all chance to win this game. Like you did say, they did have a chance to win at the end with the missed field goal, though. But bro, y'all need Alvin Kamara back. Y'all need Kamara back for real, for real. It's evident y'all need him back. Chris Olave went sick though. He had over
He
100
do his
yards
thing
receiving.
every week. I don't
He do
even
his thing.
like he's gonna do his thing. He's fifth in the league in receiving right now.
Yeah, I need more from Michael Thomas. But this Saints defense, they're holding their opponents under 20 points. You need the offense to do more, especially the old line. They can't protect Derek Carr. That's why Derek Carr got hurt, just like Khalil said. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. Jordan Love, I mean, he threw a pick in this game, but he had 260 yards throwing. He had a touchdown. He put a team on his back in this game. You can't lie. Jordan Love put a team on his back. But again, this is more on the Saints' offensive woes than Jordan Love putting a team on his back. I'm not taking no credit from Jordan Love. He did his thing. But the Saints need to tighten up if they want to win this division. This NFC South is wide open, in my opinion. All right, moving to the next matchup. We had an AFC South matchup where CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans, they went to Jacksonville and they defeated T-Law and the Jags 37-17.
Bro. Trevor Lawrence, man, disappoint me.
T-Law for MVP. T-Law for MVP.
Chill out.
T-Law for MVP. Let's go. Come on.
Chill out.
I want to hear it. T-Law for MVP.
Chill out. This is not gonna get it done, bro. I mean, his stats look pretty decent. 279 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But if you dig deeper into the game, there's no reason why like it should even freaking be that. Y'all let CJ Stroud go for 280, 2 tutties, no turnover. Y'all not putting no pressure on him defensively. How do y'all let this team give up 37 freaking points? 37 freaking points to a rookie, bro. To a rookie. And I had this team making some noise this year. And now I'm looking at it. Who knows if they even win their division? They're not in first no more. They're tied for second. They're tied for second with freaking Tennessee and the Colts. So, I mean, bro, it's bad, bro. They need to tighten up immediately. And, I let it slide last week with the KC loss because it's KC. But this cannot happen.
Let me just start with Houston first. Hey, CJ Stroud is looking, besides the first game with the Ravens defense swarming them, the last 2 games, CJ Stroud has looked phenomenal. You can't lie. Rookie quarterback, rookie head coach, they're figuring it out. Tank Dell went sick. 5 for 145 in a tutty. Nico Collins and Robert Woods, they didn't do too much. Damian Pierce didn't do too much on the ground. But the fact that they put up 37 against Jacksonville, and then let's talk about Jacksonville. Only put up 17 against this underwhelming rookie, like very young, inexperienced team with Doug Peterson and T-Law. With I don't get it. T-Law, he gotta fix this. This 2 weeks in a row, it's inexcusable at this point. ETN, I mean, he had almost 90 yards rushing, but you need more from the running game, in my opinion. Especially him and Tank Bigsby. Bigsby need more carries than two carries. But their receiving game wasn't nothing too crazy. Like, I'm concerned for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a very weak division. This is your division lose, but this is underwhelming right now. But again, I'm going to try not to overreact because it's only week 3. All right, moving to the next game. We saw 2 0-2 teams. Obviously, one of them came out with a dub as the Los Angeles Chargers. They went to Minneapolis. They defeated Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings on a very weird ending to the game.
Not going to lie. Kirk Cousins saved Brandon Staley's job. Because what the hell is that? 4th and 1 on your own 24, and you go for it while you're up by 4. Why don't punt them deep, punt the football, and let them drive the length of the field? But no, they get stopped. And the only reason why Vikings was threatening them, but they said Kirk Cousins said on that last play where he threw the interception that he couldn't hear Kevin O'Connell in the headset. So, he just called the play, got tipped, interception, and that bailed them out. Because I'm being honest, bro. If Vikings would have won that, Brandon Staley was going to have to find his own way home because he was going to be done. He's going to get.
I've been saying he's out of here next year.
It's been 3 years now, bro, and it just looks bad. And it's not the team. It's not the team at all because you have the personnel to be good. But part of us saying that the Chargers can't get out their own way, it starts with Brandon Staley and the questionable calls that he made. Maybe if you're conversing, he looked like a genius, but no, he doesn't, and he looks freaking stupid now, and he does a lot of stupid stuff as a coach, and it's only a matter of time before he gets fired. I don't think he makes it through the season.
Honestly, Brandon Staley and Kevin O'Connell. I might even say a lot of Vikings fans after this game, and a lot of them want Kevin O'Connell fired. I saw Chargers fans too. They said if Chargers lose game, Brandon Staley is officially on the hot seat, which I agree. I said in the beginning of our couple episodes that when we first dropped this podcast, Brandon Staley is one of the coaches that is on the hot seat going into 2023. Justin Herbert, let's talk about the Chargers first. Justin Herbert, great game, 405 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Running game, they have no running game. It's non-existent. But Keenan Allen turned the clock back again, second week in a row. 18 catches, 215. Mike Williams, I mean, he tore his ACL, but he had 7 catches for $121 and a touchdown. But it's like the Vikings, let's talk about Minnesota now. Like, they can't get out their own way. Turnovers, I don't know what it is with them. They have the personnel, like Khalil said, but they're 0-3. This is a team that's in danger of like falling behind in their division, in my opinion. I'm not going to overreact. I'm going to try not to, but Kirk Cousins is not the reason why y'all losing these games. I mean, besides the first game where he turned the ball over 4 times by himself, he had a turnover this game as well, but the run game isn't helping too much with Madison. I mean, he had 90 yards rushing, but it's like, what? This team is Justin Jefferson caught fire late. You need to get him going early. But Hawkinson, he 2 drops, especially that last one that turned into a pick.
You got to catch
What's
that.
up with this Vikings team? Yeah, exactly. What's up with this Vikings team? They got to figure it out, man.
And it's not like you kind of mentioned, it's not Kirk Cousins, being horrible like we used to seeing. Kirk Cousins had a pretty solid game when you look at the stat line, but it all came down to that red zone interception that went off of TJ Hawkinson's hands. I don't think it was a bad ball given the tight window. He put it where it had to be.
It was a very tight window.
Receiver to catch it. He just didn't catch it, and it got picked. But oh man, they're both these teams don't look good right now.
They got to figure it out, man. All right, moving to the next game in our afternoon window. We saw Seattle. They defended their home turf by defeating Carolina 37-27.
Seattle got through with the win as they should have. But you let Andy Dalton go for 361 on you?
That's all I was about to say.
And y'all was calling
the first thing I was going to say.
Legion of Boom Part 2? Stop.
Okay. All right. Chill out,
Stop
bro.
it.
Chill out.
Stop
chill
it.
Out.
I ain't say it.
All right. I know I said it. I did say it. Hey, guys, I said the Seattle secondary is going to be the LOB 2.0. It's okay, though. They young. They get it together. Sherman and Chancellor and Brown and all them and Earl Thomas, they had to figure it out down the line, too. So,
y'all let Andy Dalton go for 361 and 2 tutties on y'all, bro. Like,
one of those touchdowns in garbage.
Y'all allowed 27 points. Y'all should have ran away with this game. Geno had him a pretty solid game. 296, a touchdown, 1 interception. Kenneth Walker showed up, big day, 97 for 2 tutties. But, I mean, Seattle did what they had to do, but defensively, there's no way you should have gave up 27 points to Andy Dalton.
The Panthers team that showed on offense for the first 2 weeks. I don't know if it was Bryce Young, his rookie jitters, but like Khalil said, Andy Dalton, I think Andy Dalton sucks. He came in through 361, 2 touchdowns. Mind you, one of these touchdowns wasn't garbage time, but still, it counts on the stat sheet. I mean, we saw Adam Thielen turn the clock back a little bit. He finally got it going. 11 for 145 and a touchdown. So did DJ Chark. He had 4 catches, 86 yards and a touchdown. Miles Sanders, bro, he disappointing. Only 9 carries for 24 yards. You need more out of your running back that you just paid.
I have him on fantasy too. Yeah, he been on my bench.
Miles Sanders will always crap the bed. I learned that as an Eagles fan. But for Seattle, man, Geno had a solid game. Kenneth Walker, that's the guy I really want to see step up the last couple of weeks. He had it with almost 100 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Metcalf, over 100 yards receiving. I wanted to see more from Tyler Lockett, especially from last week, but it's okay. At the end of the day, Seattle got the dub, but I agree with Khalil. Allowing the Panthers to have 27 points, it's like, y'all got to do better, especially in the division that y'all play in. All right, this is one of the most surprising games. The Dallas Cowboys, who everybody picked to win this game, heavy favorites. They went to Glendale, Arizona. They lost to Josh Dobbs and the Arizona Cardinals, 28-16. This best defense in the NFL. Khalil, you go first, sir. Hey, America's team, y'all fans, y'all listen to this. Please listen to Khalil. He is an advocate for y'all team. I be thinking he a Cowboys fan, not a Saints fan.
I just tell the truth of what I see. I just tell the truth of what I see.
Proceed, please. I want to hear this.
Cowboys. Why y'all do this to me? I'm not even y'all fan. Y'all not even my team. And y'all gonna sit here and make me look stupid. And
Stupid as hell.
y'all look amazing the first 2 weeks. And then
Who did they play? I told you. They didn't play nobody now either.
It's not
They didn't play
even
nobody
that,
now and they
bro.
lost.
It's not even that. It's what they did and how they did it. You know, that's what it came down to, is how they did it. They looked the best out of the first 2 weeks. And I'm gonna jump on the defense side of the ball first. Cardinals punched them in the mouth and just kept punching away. Like, they ran it for 222 yards on you. That's horrible. That's terrible. Like, and this has been Cowboys' problem the past couple years. They're running to, San Fran, a physical football team, and they have problems. So what you do, you go out and spend the first round draft pick on the defensive tackle to help shore that up. And y'all still, got ran all over in Arizona, bro. Like, this is terrible. And offensively as well, like, y'all don't convert in the red zone. Y'all not converting when it matters. Some of it is these old ass plays that Mike McCarthy is running. Like, he's
Mike McCarthy, please.
And like, I don't know why you don't feed Tony Pollard. Had him a solid game. He went for 122. But when it mattered in the red zone, y'all didn't feed him. That's when y'all should have been feeding him the most. And y'all didn't do that. And it came back to bite y'all. So instead of getting touchdowns, y'all getting field goals. And on the other side of the ball, your defense is just getting pushed over. Oh no, this was an embarrassing loss, bro. This was so embarrassing. And I get y'all lost Trayvon Diggs. But Trayvon Diggs don't play D tackle or linebacker or anything like that. He plays corner.
Exactly. I was about to say, don't make no excuse for Trayvon Diggs being hurt. I don't want to hear it.
Only thing I could think of why a defense would look this bad after looking so good is that they just morally shot in the heart from losing their defensive leader. I'm gonna be real. Trayvon Diggs is the defensive leader. He's the one that gets that defense going. Yes, Michael Parsons is the best player on that defense, but the leader of that defense is Trayvon. So I don't know if it's because they lost their leader of the defense that they were a little shot in the heart, but y'all can't go out and get pushed all over the field like this against a team that was projected to be worse in the league. But even though they're not now, because we're gonna talk about who the worst in the league.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about them next. But let's talk with the Cardinals, man. Bro, 222 yards rushing as a team. What? Bro, they punched y'all defense's mouth, Dallas. They punched y'all defense's mouth. It wasn't even funny. Like Khalil said, they was grounding and pound, like literally UFC style, on top of you, paused, just punching you out. Josh Dobbs didn't even do nothing crazy. Like, what? Neither did the receivers. It was just they stopped y'all when it mattered. I don't get it. And then for Dallas, let's just jump to them. Once again, my number one head coach on a hot seat going into 2023. I watched earlier videos. I said it was Mike McCarthy, and people disagreed with me. Now y'all seeing it. I feel like Mike McCarthy.
It's not him.
It's him.
No, it's not.
It's him. Hold on. It's not just him.
It's him.
It's okay. No, I'm saying I'm talking about the Cowboys. It's him and Dak. As like who's the reason why Dallas is trash. But dude, I think Dan Quinn needs to be the head coach of this team. The defense will be better with Dan Quinn. I feel like this team is fired up more than Dan Quinn. But what?
You're talking about the defense that just allowed 222. So part of that's on Dan Quinn as well. Mike McCarthy don't call defense.
I understand it, but Mike McCarthy just doesn't get this team fired up, in my opinion. They don't look good with him at the helm. And we've seen this since he was hired in 2020. I just don't see this. Like, yes, they went to the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years, but they don't just look good. I don't know. No. And then Dak, you already know Dak. I had him at number 10 going into this year. That's literally right where he belongs. But that last interception he threw, all game Dak just didn't look good. And y'all should rely on y'all run when Tony Pollard had 23 carries for 122. Y'all didn't feed him when it matters. But bro, Dallas, this is just embarrassing. Y'all look crazy out there. But hope y'all get back next week. All right, next game, Kansas City. They defend their home turf. They defeated Chicago 41-10.
Day one, I got a question for you. You gonna tell them boys to wake up or what? You gonna tell your team to wake up or what?
Whoa, that's not my team. Don't do that.
You called him your sleeper team.
I did.
Dennis lucky he ain't here too. He duck his smoke too, because Dennis called him a playoff team. And I told y'all this before, bro. They were the worst team in football last year. They had the worst record. They had the number 1 overall draft pick. Yes, they didn't pick number 1, but they did have earned that number 1 draft pick. And y'all just thought like they were going to be substantially better. Oh, like all of a sudden, no. Especially a playoff team, no. That and I told you guys as well. I love Justin Fields. I've been a Justin Fields fan since high school. I said this plenty of times. But until I see it, I'm not buying into it. Y'all want to buy into it because of who he is and all that other stuff. I can't do that. Like I said, I got to tell the truth. I got to tell you what I see. And that's what I see right now, bro. That's not going to get it done. Yeah, the offensive line wasn't that good. Yeah, they are playing the defending Super Bowl champions. I wasn't expecting them to go out and win the game or anything like that. But the performance was terrible. Like Justin Fields threw for under 100 yards. The rushing game was okay, but you don't have a real running back. Like Justin Fields was your leading rusher on the team. Khalil Herbert, I like him because he got my name, but he's not a number 1 running back. Y'all need a number 1 running back as well. Y'all need to develop the offensive line. Y'all just have too many holes on this team. And I told you guys before, like, I don't know how you take a team who was worse in the league and try to jump them to be first. Like, I didn't see it. But this team just got it. It's bad. But on the other hand, the Chiefs did what the Chiefs are going to do what the Chiefs do. Tired of hearing about Taylor Swift. Please stop talking about her. Let's talk about the game. Please. I'm tired.
Her and Travis Kelce, they real cute.
Bro, I'm just tired of hearing about it, bro. I don't need.
I'm tired of hearing about it too, man.
Why is NFL,
y'all inflate everything?
ESPN, Sports Center, everybody posting her, bro? I've seen 9 Taylor Swift posts within the span of 19 hours, bro. Let's talk about sports, bro. Like the team looked good. Mahomes did what he had to do. That offense did what he had to do. I really don't have much to say on the Chiefs because they went out there and took care of business and did exactly what they needed to do.
I'm gonna just start with Kansas City just to get them out the way. Like you said, not too much to say about them. Mahomes did what he had to do. The Chiefs did what they had to do. Kansas City, you know how they do. They defend that home turf. Arrowhead be rocking, and plus Taylor Swift was there. She brought some magic to the Chiefs.
Shut up.
Hey,
stop.
Hey, but let's just talk about the Bears. The Bears were my sleeper team. Yes, I'm going to admit it. They were my sleeper team. But goodness gracious, what is going on with this team? What is going on? Justin Fields under 100 yards passing. They ran for over 100 yards rushing combined collectively, but Justin Fields was your leading rusher, 11 carries for 47 yards. And where were the receivers again? Again, non-existent. I don't get it. I don't get it. What needs to happen with his team? Is it Justin Fields? Should the Bears trade Justin Fields like the Niners did trade Lance? I think so. At this point, he can't read defenses. He doesn't look good. Maybe I'm thinking, you know what? The Chiefs defense, they're okay. Maybe Justin Fields can do something. Bro, this man threw for 99 yards. That's it. Only ran for 47. This does not look good at all whatsoever. They got to figure it out as soon as they can. All right, Sunday Night Football. We saw the Pittsburgh Steelers hang on. They defeated the Las Vegas Raiders 23-18.
How did this game even get into prime time?
I said the same thing.
Who
bro?
When y'all was doing the schedule, y'all was putting these things
in
together,
April.
How did this was like, yo, Jimmy G and Kenny Pickett?
I said this. I'm like, who? What? Why is the game on prime time? I got so angry.
But Jimmy G looked terrible. 3 turnovers.
Trash.
That defense.
Told you he's trash.
That defense is legit for the Steelers. That defense is legit. But TJ Watt said he got something to say. Y'all talking about Michael Parsons and Nick Bosa?
No. Bro, that was you.
Stop.
Don't say y'all. TJ Watt took what you said personally. He heard you. He said, I heard Khalil on Before the Horn podcast say that I wasn't the best edge rusher in the league. He said Michael Parsons is better than me. He said Bosa was better than me. And TJ Watt went out there and dominated.
Bro, TJ Watt is on pace right now for 34 sacks.
Exactly. I told you this. He's the best edge rusher in the league. I told you this.
Listen, TJ Watt in the lineup makes that whole defense go. That defense looks good. But Kenny Pickett played better. He threw for 235, 2 tutties. He was solid. He did what he had to do. It wasn't as bad, but I think this one is more on that defense and Jimmy G not looking good. Devontae Adams needs to get out of there. Devontae Adams cooked up at 172 and 2 tutties. He just need to get out of there. He only went for Derek Carr, bro. Derek Carr's not there no more. Request a trade and get out of there.
Get out of there. Yeah, the Steelers, like Khalil said, y'all defense, they saved y'all this game. Hey, I'm gonna talk about it again. TJ Watt, one of the best defensive players in the league. If not, I'm gonna say the best. I had him as my number one edge rusher going into 2023. So far, he's proven me right. I'm just gonna put that out there. Kenny Pickett, he had a solid game. Nothing too crazy. I mean, he's been having a sophomore slump, but he had a better game today. You got Najee Harris help you on the ground a little bit. Their receivers was nothing too crazy, but you don't need to do nothing too crazy when Jimmy G and the Raiders turn the ball over 3 times. I mean, I told y'all Jimmy G is trash. Tay Adams, you got the second best receiver in the league, go 13 and 172 and 2 touchdowns. And they're not winning. Like, they're not doing a lot. And I feel like Devontae Adams, he's in his 30s already. Get out of there, please. If you want a real chance to win, go play with Aaron Rodgers next year in the Jets when Aaron Rodgers get back from his Achilles tear in 2024. But please get out of Las Vegas. Like, please. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for week 3 of the NFL. Let us know in the comment section what y'all think about week 3. Let us know what surprises you guys seen or what disappointments you guys seen. Let us know y'all offensive players and defensive player of the weeks. Let us know all in the comment section. All right, sticking with the NFL, we are now going to talk about which team that is a playoff contender is the most concerning going into week 4. I'm going to kick this one off. I'm going to just say the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings, 100%. You know, this team last year they were second seed in the NFC. They were NFC North champions. You know, I said the Vikings were overrated. Last year, they had 10-plus wins by 1 score or less. What more do you want the Kirk Cousins to do? And Kirk Cousins, I don't think he's that great of a quarterback. He gets the job done. Sometimes he has bad games, but most of the time, he gets the job done. That's all you need him to do is get the job done. He's been doing his part. Jefferson's been doing his part. Jordan Addison's been doing his part as a rookie. Hawkinson, he stepped up, but last game he had a couple drop sacks, lost in the game, especially the ending. The defense, they need to be better. This defense was bad last year. They're bad this year. But please figure this out as soon as you can. Figure it out. Kevin O'Connell, what is up? What is up, man? Your team is 0-3. This is a team that was great last year offensively, and they're great offensively again this year. They're just not putting together and getting wins. And like I said earlier, I talked to a couple Vikings fans after this game and before the game. They literally said before the game, we have to get the game going. Madison has to help out in the run game. Alexander Madison, he's not an RB1 in my opinion. Y'all miss Dalvin Cook 100%. Y'all need help on defense. This defense looks bad. This defense looks bad through the first 3 weeks. Y'all getting ran over and thrown over. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Minnesota, just figure it out, please. Kevin O'Connell, I hope we make it through the season, but right now, going into week 4, your team's 0-3. They're going to point a finger at you. But I'll pick the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm going to stick with the same game, but the other side, the LA Chargers. Chargers didn't look too much better either. They look bad, bro. They really should not have won this game, to be honest with you. Brandon Staley wanted to give away this game, bro. This is a team that's never going to get out of their way. It's not like they got the easiest road. You know, they still got to pay the Cowboys in 2 weeks. They got the Chargers not the Chargers, the Chiefs right after that. First game of 2. That's going to give them problems. They still got the Ravens this year. Patriots are respectable on defense. They still got the Bills this year. Like, I don't know if this team makes the playoffs, bro. And yeah, for whatever it's worth, they put up points, but they also allow teams to score points. Dolphins scored 36. Titans scored 27. The Titans scored 27. And we just seen what they look like week 1 and week 3. They didn't look good in either one of those. And then the Vikings gave up 20. They gave up 24 to the Vikings, and the Vikings really should have won that game, but they didn't. The Chargers can't ever get out their own way. It doesn't matter who it is.
Never. Every year they never get out their way. It
doesn't matter who the coach is. They just can't get out their own way, bro. They got the talent. Yeah. The talent is there, but you also in the same division as the Chiefs. You still got to see them twice. I got the Chiefs winning both those games. I don't know. The Chiefs might be sitting pretty come week 18, so they might not play their starters. They got a chance to win that. But other than that, like, this team is in trouble too, bro. Like, they just need new coaching, bro. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Brandon Staley does not make it through the season. I put money on it right now. When the coaching vacancies come up next offseason, LA Chargers is going to be one of them teams looking for a new coach.
I had a question before we move on to the next topic. Out of the two teams we picked, well, obviously you just answered it. Which coach is going? Are either one of these coaches going to be fired come 2024? You just answered yours. You said Brandon Staley. He's going to get fired.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Staley is definitely going to get fired. I don't like this is his third season now. He does not have no more runway, no, like nothing. Like he has to win. If you don't win, like it's time to find a new coach. At the end of the day, like there's no excuses for it. But I mean, I'm be honest, bro. For the Vikings, bro, like I kind of still like what they got coming up, bro. They gotta face the Panthers. They gotta face the Chiefs. I got them losing that. But you still got the Bears twice, bro. You still got the Packers who are decent, but they're not all that. You still got to play the Falcons. You got to play the Saints, Broncos, like Raiders. Like they have favorable matchups to win. Like I see them splitting with the Lions. I think out of the two teams that we picked, like the Vikings are in a better like position to still compete and win. Like I mean, their three losses is against very good teams, not really the Chargers, but every other team is very good. The Eagles, they were just in the NFC Championship, and you got to put some respect on the Bucks. The Bucks have been playing very good football lately. So, but I think they have some favorable wins, and I think they're going to get on the win column next week against the Panthers.
Couldn't have said it any better. I'm not even going to add her to that. I agree. I was literally going to say the exact same thing. I don't think Kevin O'Connell's going to be fired. The Vikings have some favorable matchups down the line. I feel like they can figure it out and get it together. They just got to figure out that defense, and turn the ball over is a thorn in the side of the team. But that's the end of that subject, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know what team y'all think is in trouble going into week 4 of the 2024 season. Let us know if they're in danger of missing the playoffs. Let us know if it's your team or not. Let us know what team y'all think is in trouble going into week 4. All right, moving on into the next topic of the night. We're going to move over to NCAA football. College football week 4. Pretty exciting week, man. We covered last week with the preview. We're going to talk about the fallout from week 4. For the first game we're going to talk about an ACC matchup. Florida State, they narrowly survived and defeated Clemson in overtime.
Takeaway from this game is, Florida State survived in advance. This is one that they needed to win to stay in playoff contention. It wasn't always pretty. It wasn't the prettiest game. And we said this before, like when we was giving our preview to this game, this is still going to be a really good game. Yeah, Clemson's not ranked, respectfully so, but that's still a pretty solid football team on the other side. Jordan Travis had him a solid game with 289 passing, 2 tutties. They didn't really run the ball that good, and that's some cause for concern. But Keon Coleman just make plays, bro. He just made plays. He's nice.
Playmaker.
He's a big pickup for him. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Johnny Wilson too. I feel like he doesn't get as much love as Keon Coleman because I think Keon Coleman has the more flashy plays. But Johnny Wilson makes plays too when plays need to be made. He's 6'7". He's a problem for anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the best DB out there. Like you can't guard 6'7" at the end of the day. It's hard to guard 6'7". So I mean, they did what they had to do. They escaped in overtime with the dub, respectfully so.
So Clemson, the fact that Clemson took this team to overtime, I mean, it was an ACC matchup. It was an ACC matchup. When you look at Clemson, they're not ranked. You think Florida State gonna blow them out the water. We all said this is gonna be a game, but the fact that it was kind of this close, it's like, eh. But again, Jordan Travis, great game. Johnny Wilson and Keon Coleman, y'all did great. I want to see more from Trey Benson on the ground, but the run game just wasn't going for them that day. I mean, Clemson, they kept themselves in there. K. Klubnik had a solid game. Will Shipley and Phil Maffa, they had a good game, running the ball a piece. I want to see more from the Clemson receivers, though. But this Clemson defense, it's question marks all over. And I thought they had one of the best defense in the conference, but it's too many question marks on the defense, in my opinion, going into week 5 now. So I don't know, but I mean, good game by Florida State. Hang on to get that win.
Is Dabo Error coming to the end soon? You think Dabo Error is coming to an end soon?
I personally think so. I mean, Dabo Swinney has not had success in NCAA. Honestly, I'm gonna say the last 4 years. His last successful year was when he went to the national championship. They faced that one of the best teams to ever play football in 2019 LSU. But after that, he lost against Ohio State in a semifinal. Then 2021, it was not. 2022, it was not good. Bro, and he's very vocal about the transfer portal, but he needs a transfer portal to continue to be successful. And we've talked about this, especially you, Khalil, about Dabo Swinney not using the transfer portal, and it's hurting Clemson bad. So I think if Clemson continue to go on the trajectory that they're going, I feel like Clemson's only going to win like 6 games this year the way they're playing. But I feel like the era of Dabo Swinney is coming to an end in Clemson.
No, I honestly agree. Like, as long as he's not messing with the portal and the NIL, though, his wave is over. I'm not gonna lie. Like, not many people gonna want to go to Clemson if you're not talking about that NIL money. Let's be real.
Honestly.
You're not bringing in the transfers like all these other teams getting better with, experienced guys. It's not about, getting freshmen and developing freshmen. You hit that portal, you get experienced guys in position that you lack when your freshman is not ready to play. And, that was one of the biggest differences with Florida State. They went hit that portal, got Keon Coleman that filled the gap to give him a two-headed monster at wide receiver. So until Dabo, wants to embrace the new culture of the NCAA football, the game's going to leave him behind.
Going on to the next game, we saw a Pac-12 matchup, a low-scoring game. Number 11 ranked Utah, they defeated number 22 ranked UCLA.
Utah did exactly what I thought. I'm more disappointed in UCLA. This game, who would have known the game-winning play would happen on the first play of the game? That pick six really changed everything. Because if that pick six don't happen, who knows what happened? This would be but overtime, something. But UCLA was playing from behind the whole time. Dante Moore didn't really have him a good game, 15 for 35, 235, 1 touchdown, and 1 pick six. That was really the game changer. But going into this game, I already said it. Like, Utah offense is not going to get by doing what they've been doing. Like, it's just not going to work. And I didn't think it was going to work against, a team that can score the football. But what happens when that defense shows up and shuts that team out from scoring the football? Like, they win a game. They win a 14-7 football game. Who would have known? We would have seen a Big Ten West final score out of the Pac-12. But,
This man hate the Big Ten West, bro. He hate the Big Ten West.
I'm just saying,
bro.
I was just saying, bro, that when you think about no offense, the Big Ten West is the first thing that come to mind. But that's exactly what it came down to. Nate Johnson really didn't play too good of a game, too eye-popping of a game, but he did what he had to do at the end of the day, come out with the win. So, like I say, with Florida State and other teams just survive in events, Utah just been surviving in events until Cam Rising gets back, and I can't be mad at that.
Honestly, that surviving in advance, bro, I was about to say the same thing because that's all Utah been doing the first 4 weeks of college football. Without Cam Rising, mind you, there was indications or news that Cam Rising was supposed to play this game, but he didn't. We all got hyped. We like, oh, Cam Rising's back. He gonna play. Utah gonna do more than the bare minimum. But come game time, he didn't play. Utah only puts up 14 points. Now, like Khalil said, that pick six really gave Utah this win that Dante Moore threw. Other than that, though, UCLA, they got to do more offense. They got to do more offense. A freshman quarterback, I mean, he's going to have his pains, but Utah defense, honestly, they won them this game. Rightfully so. But Utah's offense, bro, y'all got to do better. I mean, I just feel like it's because Cam Rising's not there. But regardless, Utah, they got the dub. They continue to move forward. All right, moving into the next game, we saw an SEC matchup where Jalen Milroe and the Alabama Crimson Tide, they defeated Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin's return back to Tuscaloosa.
I told you as well, bro. Bama's not losing at home, bro. Bama was
I picked against Bama like a dummy. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know why you thought Nick Saban was gonna lose twice at home this year. Like, that's just not gonna happen. Nick Saban's not gonna allow that to happen. Jalen Milroe had him a solid game. He threw 225, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But I mean, I told you guys before as well, Jalen Milroe is the best option at quarterback for them if they want to, be a respectable team. And, as a well-coached football team that they are, they pulled it out late. They pulled it out in the second half. That defense showed up, only allowed 3 points in the second half. And you can win with that, bro, especially with Jalen Milroe. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's solid, okay? He's not a Bryce Young. He's not a Mac Jones. He's not Tua. He's not Jalen Hurts. He's none of those guys. Those guys that y'all had before, he's not that. But he can play very solid football and still, win football games at the end of the day, especially when your defense do what they do. Chase McClellan went for 105 in a tutty. Like, that's a recipe to win. And they did what they had to do at the end of the day. Like I said, bro, I don't bet against Nick Saban much, especially Nick Saban at home. I did earlier this year, and I was right. But you probably won't see me bet against Nick Saban at home again for the rest of this season.
Yeah, you know, I need to learn my lesson and follow your footsteps. I'm not gonna give you too much praise, but I bet against Bama this game. You know, I'm like, man, Jackson Dart, they about to give Bama a run for their money, but it was the complete opposite. You know, Ole Miss only put up 10 points. They only put up 7 in the first half, and only 3 in the second half. But let's talk about Alabama right quick. Jalen Milroe is your answer at quarterback. He's not like a permanent answer, but he's an answer to get you through. And we got a good run game with J.C. McClellan give you over 100 yards on the ground, and Jalen Milroe, he doing his thing in the air a bit, like he doing enough to get you by. And your defense is playing great like that. You're gonna win games as an Alabama team that's been underwhelming. Like Alabama's receivers, they didn't do nothing too crazy. I mean, they have a kind of a spread the ball offense, but their offense hasn't really been clicking too much. But at the end of the day, Alabama got the win. I mean, good win on offensively and defensively side of the football. All right, moving on to the next game. We saw a beatdown, which we all kind of called this is going to happen. Bo Nix and Oregon Ducks, they put it on Deion and the Colorado Buffaloes, 42-6.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It felt kind of personal, bro.
It felt real personal.
Dan Lanning came out there and made it feel personal. Like first touchdown, you come out and score, you go for 2. Like you're just like, nah, we're not about to beat them. We're about to make an example out of them.
Out of them.
They didn't get it, but that kind of set the tone. A 4th and 4 in your own what was it like your own 17, and you go run a fake punt.
They went for it.
And you run a fake punt. That's not saying, you know, we're trying to win a football game. We want to make an example at you. We want to make an example out of you. But I said this before, it's levels to this game, bro. It's levels to this game, bro. And Oregon's just on another level, bro. And I knew that. I said that coming in. I called it coming in. Bro, like, they dominated them in the trenches. Shador Sanders looked uncomfortable the whole game, bro. And, you know, some people was like 21-point underdog and all this other stuff. Like, that's kind of like, that's too high. Like, they don't know yet. Bro, Vegas is not dumb. Vegas is not dumb.
They know what's going on. They know what's going on.
They set that line for a reason because everybody fall for it. Yeah, nah, we bet in Colorado plus 21. There's no way they get blown out by 21. What? Vegas done cleaned house this week. I'm not gonna lie. Vegas got a nice weekend between the Cowboys and what the Oregon did. Like they got them a nice cleanup this weekend.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, like I said, bro, like Oregon just did what they had to do. They showed they was the more physical, more talented, more dominant team. Bo Nix threw for 273 and 3 tutties. He had 1 turnover, but Troy Franklin had him a day with 2 touchdowns, and they just got completely outcoached. They got outcoached too. At the end of the day, when you have receivers running wide open, that's not players sometimes. That's coaching, bro. That's coaching, scheming them things up. And I just gotta give it to Oregon and Dan Lanning for, you know, making an example. Like they wanted to make an example. That's exactly what they did. I'm surprised they took their foot off the gas after the second half because they definitely could have went for 60 plus. They took their foot off in the second half, honestly.
Bro, I thought Oregon was gonna put up 50. And I said this, y'all watch previous episode 16. I said Oregon might put up 50. We all said this.
I said that too, yeah.
We all said this. And they could have. Like Bo Nix, great game. Besides that one interception he threw, Bucky Irvin, he could have went for over 100. He had 89, but like you said, they took the foot off the gas. Troy Franklin, he was murking anybody in that secondary. No DB could hold his jock strap. And then Colorado defense, which is a solid defense, he made a Colorado offense look so abysmal and like so like non-existent to where it should, like you said, Shador looked uncomfortable in the pocket. Run game wasn't going. The receivers weren't getting open too much until it was like garbage time. But Dan Lanning took this personal, like you said. It's like they were just trying to beat Deion. All these teams aren't trying to beat the team. They're trying to beat Deion. And, you know, Deion, you got to give the Buffaloes credit. They're 3-1. Last year, they only won 1 game. Deion got the ship going in the right direction. If you guys were expecting Colorado to even compete and win this game, you're tripping. You're tripping. You should listen to Vegas, and we'll look at the spread and look at the bets this week and everything. But regardless, Oregon definitely made an example out of Colorado. But Colorado, keep your head high. All right, moving on into the next game. So a Pac-12 matchup. Washington State, ranked number 21. They defeated number 14 ranked Oregon State.
This is the one I got wrong. I got two wrong,
I
but
got this one
this
wrong.
this this one I really got wrong. Cam Ward came out there and stepped on their necks. And yeah, this game was really a one runaway game. Like the score was 35-14 going into the fourth quarter. Yeah, Oregon State did get a little hot at the end, make it a game close to the end. But through three quarters, this was a complete runaway. Cameron Ward
It was a
was having
blowout.
him a day. He did have him a day. 404 yards and four tutties. DJ, he kind of disappointed me. I expected more out of him, especially in a big game. I just expected more out of him because he's been playing. He played in more valuable games. But Cameron Ward showed he was the better quarterback today. Kyle Williams and Josh Kelly went crazy. Kyle Williams went for 174. Josh Kelly went for 159. They went crazy on their hit. But hats off to that Washington State offense for pretty much jumping out on them and building that big lead to run away with this game.
I couldn't agree anymore. Let's start with Oregon State. DJ was disappointing. This is bad. This is bad. The run game, Deshaun Fenwick had over 100 yards rushing. Damian Martinez, his backup, he had 81 yards rushing. DJ had 61 yards rushing himself. So they had almost 250 yards running collectively. But the Oregon State receivers, bro, y'all got to do more than what y'all done. Y'all got to do more than what y'all done. Because Oregon State run game definitely carried them back into this game, respectfully. But I'm going to put some respect to Washington State's team and their name because Cam Ward, 404 yards, 4 tubs, and they didn't even need a run game because Kyle Williams and Josh Kelly, he had 3 touchdowns and 159. And then Kyle Williams had 7 for a $174 and a tutty himself. They decimated this secondary, entire defense. So it's like, man, Washington State, a team that I didn't even honestly consider in the Pac-12, they got my attention. I'm cute about. They got my attention. They're 4-0 going into week 5. They got my attention. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for them going forward. Moving into the next game, we saw a Big Ten matchup. Penn State killed Iowa 31-0. Happy Valley was turned white out. They got that dub. What you think about that?
I mean, Penn State not losing on whiteout one, but this was the Big Ten West they played against as well. And you see why I make fun of the Big Ten West offense.
He hates the Big Ten West, bro.
I don't hate the Big Ten West. They just lack offense every single year.
They do, but bro,
every single year. Cade McNamara goes 5 for 14, 42 yards in college as a quarterback. I see why Michigan went with J.J. McCarthy and that, bro. Like, this was horrible, bro. They only had 20 rushing yards as a team, bro. They literally, offense was non-existent. Shots out to Penn State defense because Penn State defense came, balled, and set the tone. Like, the offense didn't really have to do much. They put up 31 points. Drew Aller had a good game with 166 and 4 tutties. But like even Katron Allen and Nick Singletary, they had decent days. Katron Allen had a decent day. Nick Singletary not so much, but they didn't have to do much, bro. When their defense is blanking them the way they did, bro, they just pretty much dominated them from kickoff, bro. And it was horrible. And I say this all the time, bro. Like Iowa is not that good, bro. I don't know how they always sneak up in these rankings
in the top 25. Exactly. I said this.
They sneak up into these rankings.
When the AP top 25 came out, I was like, bro, Iowa, what are y'all doing here? Get Iowa out of here. They will not be ranked by coming in the season. I said this.
They just always sneak into the rankings. But hey, when you play in the Big Ten West and every offense is trash, like they can win 6-3 football games all the time. That's pretty much what it comes down to. But like this was horrible. Penn State did what they had to do. That defense dominated, set the tone from the snap.
Iowa, y'all offense is trash. Cade McNamara, I see why you got booed out of Michigan. You came over to Iowa, you crap in the bed over here. Offense is putrid. It was non-existent. It got blanked out by the defense. Penn State defense showed up and they showed out. That Happy Valley turn, everybody was on their feet. James Franklin was smiling on the sideline. You had a whole bunch of Penn State alum out there. And then let's talk about Penn State's offense. Drew Aller, over 160, 4 touchdowns. Like Khalil said, Katron Allen and Nayla Singleton, they didn't even need to do nothing crazy. Their defense was doing it. Their defense throwing a show. But, bro, I feel like the Big Ten West need to get realigned. Kick teams out of there, please. Like, add some competition to the Big Ten. All right, moving on to the final game that we're going to cover. a really close one that came down to the ending. Honestly, this is definitely the game of the week. So Ohio State, they went to Notre Dame. They defeated Notre Dame 17-14. Couple second touchdown.
Literally 1 second left on the clock. But
Honestly,
man, this was for the whole first half. Defensive stalemate. Honestly, like even early in the game, like both teams left points on the board. There was points to be had, and I knew in a game like this, like every single point matters because it was gonna come down to the end of the game. And if Notre Dame could have, made that even made that first down, which came down to inches on a fourth to one that they had, or even just kick the field goal, we could be talking about a different game. But Ohio State came down there and had the late touchdown. Kyle McCord was okay. He wasn't too good. He made some good throws, some questionable throws. I thought I'd get a bigger game out of Sam Hartman. He was solid, but not great. They did it. I'm gonna give my props to that Notre Dame defense. They completely pretty much put hands on the best receiver in college football. Only held him to 32 yards on 3 catches. Completely took him out the game. Did what they had to do, but how do you on the last 2 plays on the goal line have 10 players on the field?
10 players.
10 players.
10 players. Back-to-back plays.
Back-to-back
coaching.
plays.
That's coaching.
That's on coaching. That's completely on
coaching.
Because there's too many people on staff to not notice that. You literally have somebody, you usually have somebody on your team making sure the personnel right, making sure there's exactly 11, not 10, not 12, 11 on the field. You usually catch stuff like that. But this was like that could have been a difference, bro, because they barely got the first down. Imagine if they had another guy in there to help stop them. That touchdown, they probably would never got it. But that's really what the game came down to, in my opinion. Like it was a few times the Notre Dame defense could have blanked this game. Kyle McCord had a couple questionable throws, one that should have really been picked off. But at the end of the day, Ohio State did what they had to do to get it done. Both these teams, I feel like personally both these teams are still alive. It kind of sucks Notre Dame's not in a conference, so they don't have a conference championship, so they're going to have to go out there and dominate Duke and beat USC handily to make a statement that we still here, we one of the best teams, and make an argument for the playoffs. So we'll see how it plays out. But Ohio State, you survive in advance. You still got 2 more tests with that Penn State defense and Michigan defense coming up down your schedule. So we're gonna see what happens later.
That's facts, man. But I said this when we were doing our AP top 25 rankings. Notre Dame, very, very solid team, good team, but they either mess up or fall on their face when it matters. And this is a statement game that Notre Dame should have won. Their defense, this is a defensive game, regardless.
Defense balled. Their defense balled.
The defense balled out. Y'all made Kyle McCord look really nervous and frantic in the pocket at times. Y'all shut down the best receiver in the nation, like Khalil said. Even though he got hurt, y'all still shut him down. Emeka Ibuka had to come save the day. Travion Henderson, he had a $104 on the ground in the tutty, but his Ohio State offense against a good team finally. What was there? I'm like, come on, explain that, Ohio State fans. Like, what was your offense? What was going on? Y'all should have lost this game. But moving on into Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman, bro, you coached a good game until that last 1 minute of that game, especially the last couple plays on that drive.
I love Marcus Freeman too, man. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it how you lose this game. Kyle McCord, he got lucky on that last drive a couple times with a lot of errant and bad throws. I mean, he's a freshman starting for a great offensive team, so it's a lot of pressure on his shoulders going to a big game like this. But still, at the end of the day, Notre Dame got lucky. They slipped and got this win. But the last 2 plays is definitely on coaching, with having only 10 men on the field for the last 2 plays. And it's just nothing more to say that. It's nothing more to say that. Just Notre Dame, y'all let this one slip. All right, I got a question for you, though. Let's try not to overreact to Ohio State. They're a great team, but is Penn State the new favorites besides Michigan in the Big Ten?
Oh, I don't want to say the wrong things because some people like to call me an Ohio State hater and everything else under the sun. But I just tell it how I see it, bro. they gonna have some problems when it comes to Penn State, bro. And I've been saying this. The reason why I picked Notre Dame to win is because that offense does not look right. It hasn't looked right all year. This is not the same Ohio State offense we're used to seeing dominate, bro. And good thing is they got Penn State at home, so hopefully that helps out. But boy, man, after watching that Penn State defense and how they play, they're gonna have another one on their hands. Well, that luck is gonna have to be in their favor as well. What you think?
I'm not gonna overreact. I'm gonna still say no. I think Ohio State edges out Penn State. They do look shaky right now. This team looks very shaky. I'm talking about Ohio State. Penn State looks they're firing on all cylinders. But we gotta wait till we see the two teams match up. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But Ohio State, y'all gotta figure it out, man, because this past outing was iffy, very iffy.
This is my thing though when it comes to that, bro. It's like because you got to know some of the teams that these teams are playing are just not good football teams. They're nowhere near their level. They're supposed to come out and dominate them from snap to from kickoff to end of the game. They're supposed to. And Ohio State hasn't been doing that against the smaller teams, and their team did not look that good against Notre Dame either, bro.
They didn't.
And it's like, bro, the reason why I picked Notre Dame is because Notre Dame did what they had to do in every single game, pretty much. Bad team, they put up 40 plus on them every single time. And I just don't know if, they going how much longer can that defense bail Ohio State out? Because without that offense doing something. So hopefully Marvin Harrison doesn't have another game like this. And it's another story. I don't know who I'm gonna pick yet come that game because that game is in Ohio State. We're gonna see who I pick, but they're in trouble. They're in big trouble. Usually, you kind of look past Penn State solid, but they can't mess with Ohio State. That's not the case this year. That's not the case. Penn State got something to say this year, and they got it.
I'm gonna try not to overreact.
I don't think it's an overreaction, bro. It's just what we've seen, what we've been seeing, or
from Ohio State so far,
or what we not have been seeing from this Ohio State team. Like it's off. This whole Ohio State team is just off. This is not the Ohio State team that we're used to seeing. So that's part of the problem as well.
Hey, Ryan Day, figure it out, man. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this topic about college football week 4. Let us know in the comment section what y'all think about the games we reviewed. Let us know the biggest surprises and shockers you guys seen this past weekend. If we didn't talk about your team, let us know in the comment section how your team did this past weekend. We'll be talking about week 5 on Friday's episode. But moving to the last topic of the night, we are going to jump into the NBA. We're going to continue with our position rankings, top 10, small forwards, the 3 position. Again, we're going to go from 10 to 1. We're going to give our picks to explain why. I'm going to go first for this one. You already know. You know what's going on, man. I go first for all these rankings because y'all know what day they be doing, bro. Y'all know what day they do.
Be speaking bull, but anyway, do you think, my boy?
The real facts. All right. So, number 10, I got Franz Wagner, Orlando Magic. Yeah. Now, Franz, he's going to year 3. He's doing really good on his team, especially on the outside shooting. He's sitting at 36%. And last year, he averaged almost 19 a game, 4 rebounds, 3.5 assists. Franz is one of the bright spots on this young Orlando Magic team. He's getting better as a scorer. If he continues to get better, his ceiling is an all-star level type player. But obviously, the Magic, they're not a good team. They're underwhelming. So we got to see what he can do, what this team can do around him, continue to put pieces around him and continue to gel together. But Franz, to me, he's been impressive. And respectfully, I got him ranked at number 10. At number 9, I got DeMar DeRozan, Chicago Bulls. DeMar, one of the best mid-ranges fadeaways I've ever seen. Obviously, he's getting up there in age. He's in his mid-30s. But back-to-back All-Stars in Chicago, I mean, he's going into a contract year. Last year, he averaged almost 25. I mean, he's continuing. I mean, he only played 74 games last year. That's almost all 82. Him and Levine need to get gel more together and get these Bulls on a winning track. They're going to be without Lonzo, obviously, because injuries. But DeRozan, at this point in his career, he's not top 5 anymore. He's below that top 5. But respectfully, I still got him in the top 10. At number 8, I got Michael Bridges. Brooklyn Nets. The last 2 years, this guy has definitely elevated his caliber of play. He came into Brooklyn, and honestly, he looks like a star. He's playing like a star. Let's be real. Averaging 26 points on 47% shooting over 27 games with the Nets. Bro, you're thinking like, why didn't he have more of a role in Phoenix? Obviously, you know why. Yeah, other offensive star power over there. So it's only right to get him out of Phoenix and get him on a team where he could be the primarily scorer on that team. He hasn't been disappointing at all so far for Brooklyn. I feel like he's only gonna get a little bit better. I feel like his potential, if he keeps scoring and elevating his numbers, he could be an all NBA player, probably all NBA third team. But I got Michael Bridges at number 8. At number 7, I had to bump him out the top 5, but I'm just keeping it real, bro. At number 7, I got Chris Middleton, Milwaukee Bucks. Last couple years, especially last year, he only played 33 games because he had knee issues that he had surgery in. He's 32 now. Well, he's going to be turning 32. They Bucks bought him back on a 3-year deal, $102 million. So hopefully we're gonna see how that plays out. But Middleton's a 3-time All-Star. Hopefully he can back to his peak level of being an All-Star player. He's a good 3-level scorer. He can play make, and he has solid defense as well. But injuries have bumped him out the top 5. But hopefully he can bounce back. But I got Chris Middleton at number 7. At number 6, I got B.I. Brandon Ingram, New Orleans Pelicans. Again, another former All-Star. He only played 45 games in 2022 last year. This team had a strong roster. I don't know how the team didn't make the playoffs. Ingram could score. He could rebound. His wingspan is crazy. He can hit. He's definitely elevated his offensive game over the last couple of years, especially since coming to New Orleans. But lacks things that don't make him top 5. I'm just keeping it a buck. But hopefully he can get back to his all-star caliber of play. But hey, B.I., I feel like he can get back. If he's staying healthy, he can get back to that all-star level he was at one point in New Orleans. At number 5, I got Kawhi Leonard. The fun guy, Los Angeles Clippers. Now, I see Khalil face. He probably wondering why I got Kawhi in the top 3. Well, here's why. I mean, Kawhi, he missed the whole 2021 season. He tore his ACL. Last year, he came back, but he only played 52 games. But he missed the last couple games in the playoffs, and they lost in the first round. But the thing is, the reason why he's number 5 because his health the last couple years. But when Kawhi is healthy, he's a really, really good player, especially on defense. That's why he got the nickname the Claw. But until he can stay fully healthy and play more games that he's played the last couple years, I mean, he's up there in age. He's in his 30s now. It's not the Kawhi from Toronto or San Antonio, but he still can make things happen. But until he stays healthy, I got no choice but to leave him at number 5. At number 4, this hurts, but I got LeBron James. LeBron James, let's be real. In his career, this man has never had a prime. This man has been dominant his whole career. Don't bring up his finals record. I mean, it happens. Oh, well. I'm not saying it because I'm a LeBron fan. I'm just keeping it a buck. Not even having LeBron in the top 3. Yeah, look at Khalil's face. I got him at number 4. Yes. LeBron getting up there in age. But there's just 3 players that's simply better than him. I'm going to keep it a buck at this point in his career. Now, y'all probably argue with me about my number 3 that I'm going to talk about, but it's like going into next year, this guy's better because of his playoff performance last year. But LeBron, I mean, he the GOAT in my opinion. At the end of the day, though, he's carrying the Lakers. I don't care what y'all say about AD. LeBron is carrying the Lakers, but they need more help. LeBron, he can only do so much at this point in his career due to his age, but LeBron is doing the most dominant players in the NBA right now. Even if you weren't talking about the small forward position. But I got King James at number 4. Okay, guys, don't kill me, but I got Jimmy Butler at number 3. And the reason why Jimmy Butler got the slight edge is because he went to the NBA Finals. He propelled his Miami team with some help with role players and bench players to get Miami to the finals last year. Let's be real, though. Jimmy Butler last year, during the regular season, this guy is kind of quiet. He's kind of quiet, only averaged 22.9, almost 6 rebounds and 5 assists. But on defense, though, Jimmy Butler is that guy still. He can make things happen, especially with turnovers. He forces turnovers. He can lock down your best. He can lock down your best player on defense. He does everything you need to do out there on defense, and he's a good leader. He's very vocal. He just plays the game of basketball that you need to play at. And Eric Spoelstra, he does everything Eric Spoelstra needs him to do. That's the only reason I got him at number 3, though. If he didn't go to the finals last year, I would have him at either 4 or 5. But that's to talk about for another day. At number 2, I got Kevin Durant, Phoenix Suns. KD, another man, past his mid-30s, 13-time All-Star, but his 22 season last year, he averaged almost 30. This man was nuts. We know KD, one of the best shooters this game has ever seen. You can't guard him. He's 7 foot with shoes on. But honestly, last year he only played 47 games. He has to stay healthy. I know it's hard at this point at his age, and I mean he needs to put on size. But we talked about Kevin Durant putting on size. He don't care. He not hearing none of y'all, what y'all saying at all. KD still is a sniper out there on the court, on offense and defense side of the ball. But I just feel like KD at this point in his career, he's not number 1 at a 3 position. My number 1, without being biased at all, JT, Jason Tatum. Now, a lot of y'all gonna say, hey, you only saying that because you're a Boston fan. No, Jason Tatum honestly is the best player at this position at this point in his career. JT, all NBA's first team last year. He scored over 30 points per game last year. Now he needs to show up more. He lacks efficiency sometimes. He can be inconsistent at times, but you can't take away what he has done in such his young career so far. He's been playing great ever since coming out of college in 2017 for this Boston team. Ever since year 2 in Boston, I feel like this has been his team, especially ever since Kyrie left. It's been him and JB's team, but JT is obviously the driving force of that Boston team. And Boston will continue to dominate in the East as long as they continue to build around JT and JB. But it does start with number 0 at the 3 position, and that's why he's the best at the small forward position. The best list.
LeBron at 4.
I know it hurt to do that, but I gotta keep it real.
At 4.
It hurt to do that, but I gotta keep it real, bro.
That's
I
crazy.
love King James.
That's crazy. Yeah,
you a LeBron hater. You probably got him at 10.
I'm not a LeBron hater, bro.
You are a LeBron hater, bro.
How am I LeBron? I just tell the truth. Listen, my job, on this podcast,
Here we go, bro,
is to tell you what I see, not to tell you how I feel. I just tell you what I see.
You tell us how you feel more than anything, but whatever.
That's you.
You really do.
That's you. Any player you don't like is trash. Trash.
It's true. I don't care. Keep it a buck. They trash. I'm telling you how it is. Don't let me go on my tangent, man.
All right, bet. Let me give you our best list now. The top 10 list, and how it really should be. At number 10, I got NBA champion Michael Porter Jr. My boy's a bucket, bro. My boy is a bucket. Don't make that face. Yes, I'm
not saying he's not a bucket, but
yes, I get it. Sometimes he has some bad shooting days. But when he's hitting from 3, bro, he did average 41 over 40% from the 3. He almost averaged 50% from the field. Yes, he had some bad playoff games. But all in all, throughout the season, and I know a lot of people don't watch the Nuggets. A lot of people didn't start watching the Nuggets till they was making some noise in the playoffs. Before that, I know y'all don't be watching the Nuggets like that. He is like that. That's the thing. That's why there was so much backlash on him in the playoffs when he wasn't showing up, because he, in all regular season, he cooks up. Yes, he's my number 10. He's like that. At number 9, I got Mikal Bridges. He came on late last year, good two-way. He was just known as a good two-way defender, like a 3-and-D guy, until he got traded to Brooklyn late in the season, and then he showed the offensive bag that honestly, like, most of us didn't know that he had. Most of us did not know he could score the basketball. I'm not gonna lie, he could move up higher on this list. I just got to see it over a season periods of time, not just, like 20, 30 games at the end of the season. I got to see this happen. If he could do this for a whole season, he would definitely move up this list. And he's going to be, I won't say he'd be top 10, but he'd be pushing to make some noise in that top 10. At number 8, I got B.I., Brandon Ingram. This is my guy. I love B.I. I've been a B.I. fan since college. I'm a Duke fan, so I love him since college. But I just don't know what it is with B.I., bro. Like, he can score the basketball, yes, but he just cannot win. He just can't. Like, I don't know what it is, bro. Like, his game is just
And we thought, honestly, like some people thought he would be the next Kevin Durant, with the size that he had
He was
and
supposed to
the
be.
bag
He
that
was
he
being
had.
supposed to be.
It's just not consistent enough. He doesn't score the ball consistent or efficiently enough. Hopefully when if Zion come back and he get right and Zion can actually stay healthy for a season, he gets some easier looks at the basket. But as of right now, bro, I wish I could put him higher on his list, but I honestly can't just because he just doesn't win when it matters for how good he is. At number 7, I got Chris Middleton. He's still a solid small forward. Yes, I get it. He did not look right for a portion of the season, but he's still Buck's second best player behind Giannis. He's still like that. He can still defend the basketball at a very good level. It's probably not it's not at what it used to be, but I think he can still play at a very good level. Hopefully he can, get back to what he was a season before, averaging over 20, and Bucks are making noise. That's the only way they're gonna keep Giannis. If he don't, they're gonna be in some trouble this year. But yeah, I'm on number 7. At number 6, I got the king of the midi, DeMar DeRozan. Yes, I get it. He cannot shoot the three, but his mid-range game is a lethal. Like average up his stats, he averages 25 points a game. He's still like that from the field. Him and Zach LaVine are like that. But he was an all-star again. A lot of people thought he was done after leaving San Antonio. But the year before last, he averaged almost 28 points. This year, 25 points. Like he's still like that. And he does it all from the mid-range efficiently. Old school basketball, how Kobe and them used to get their points straight from the
Sir.
midi. He's still like that. He's still one of the ones. At number 5, I got Kawhi Leonard as well. And I honestly didn't want to put him at number 5. Like number 5, I was reluctant to put him there, but it's just nobody else I could put above him. He just don't play, bro. He doesn't play enough at all. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, bro. He just does not play enough. We're talking about players not playing. Bro, I don't even remember a Kawhi Leonard highlight from last year. Like,
Yeah, I
but
don't
don't get me
either.
wrong, he's still like that. He's still a very good two-way player. When he does play, he shows why he's like that. He shows why he has 2 NBA championships with 2 Finals MVPs. Like he's like that for a reason. He's not what he used to be because he just cannot stay on the basketball court. Man, he's like 50 years old at this point. He got 50-year-old man knees, but he's still one of the
Leave
ones.
Kawhi alone.
He's still like that on both sides of the ball, both sides of the basketball. Number 4, I might get some pushback for this, but I got Jimmy Butler, bro. Yes, and I get it. He carried his team to the finals. He did in the playoffs. Carrying that team was nice, but it wasn't just only him. Don't forget that Caleb Martin went crazy, won a couple games. Gabe Vincent went crazy, won a couple games. Max Strus went crazy. Like that was the whole thing about that Miami Heat basketball team. It was like, yeah, we know what Bam and Jimmy gonna get you. But the reason why they were really winning is because the other guys were going crazy. But don't
It
get
was
me
going
wrong,
nuts.
Jimmy is a very solid player. The issue is he doesn't do it for a whole season. Like he doesn't have these flashy numbers through the whole season. He only averaged 23 points last year. In today's game, like as a superstar, as like one of them ones, bro, 23 points is really not that much points from your star player.
But he
But at
goes
the
off in the playoff when it matters.
Yes, but at the end of
Let's
the
be
day, he
real.
goes off in the playoffs when it matters. And I give him credit for that. But I can't just put you above the guys that I have above him for the simple reason they do it in the playoffs and during the regular season. So for that reason alone, like I just cannot put you again above my top 3. At number 3, I love this. It's my guy, man. It's my guy. I want to put him higher, but I just can't, bro. That's my birthday twin, Kevin Durant. Yes, sir. That's
Oh, you
twin
got
right
Katie
there.
at 3.
That's
Okay.
twin. Yes, sir. He just don't play enough, bro. He can't stay healthy. He hasn't been healthy in a very long time. Last year, he only played 47 games last year. We talk about being available and being there. Like he's not always there for his team either. Like he just can't seem to get right. He can't seem to stay healthy. Don't get me wrong. When he is on the court, you can't stop the man from doing what he want to do. You can't stop him from getting to his spots. Once he gets to his spot, you can't block his shot. He's 7 foot with like a 7'5" wingspan. He's shooting over the top of
Crazy.
anybody, bro.
He'll shoot over anybody.
And it's just pure, and it's like, bro, I love Kevin Durant, bro. Like his game is amazing.
Yeah.
He's just not in the lineup enough for me, bro.
Yeah.
He's just
Gotta
not
stay healthy.
healthy enough for me. If he was more healthy, yes, I'll put him above. I'll put him above my number 2, but I just can't right now. At number 2, I got Daewon's GOAT. He's still like that. I'm surprised that Daewon got him at 4 because he carries this LA team. He averaged 29 points last year. LeBron James did average 29 points last year, 8 rebounds and 6 assists. He still gets it done on the court when he's healthy. He carried that team to the conference finals last year. And that team was kind of mid, bro. You know what AD is. AD is so hit or miss. AD at this point was supposed to be the best player on the Lakers, but AD is not consistent enough. And LeBron is just still getting it done, bro. I don't know how he's doing it. He's just still getting it done. And until he shows me that he's taking a real step back, I gotta keep him up there as one of the ones. I kind of wanted to put him at number 1. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wanted to put him at number 1, but I couldn't.
I did too, but I didn't want to look like a fanboy. I didn't look like a fanboy.
You are a fanboy, though.
Shut up, bro.
We know you got his poster right behind this camera. I already know.
We're not gonna talk about that.
But anyway,
we're not gonna talk about my LeBron posters and my 12 LeBron James jerseys in my collection. We're not gonna talk about
exactly. But I can't put him above Jason Tatum. He's been all NBA first team for the past few years. He carried his team to the finals just the season, not last season, but the season before that. They did make the finals. Jason Tatum, only problem is getting it done when it matters. Sometimes he disappeared in the playoff. But all season long, like he was up there in that MVP race as well. But sometimes he have games where like JB's just going off, and like that's taken away from his numbers and what he got going on. But Jason Tatum is like that. Jason Tatum can flat out hoop with the best of them. And I've been a Jason Tatum fan as well since he was in high school. When he was in Chaminade and freaking St. Louis, I knew he'd been like that. I was surprised that he went 3rd overall in his draft, in my opinion. But
I thought he should have went first.
I felt like he should have went first. Maybe there's some of that was because I was a Duke fan too. Hey, little Duke biasness.
I'm happy we got him though. I'm happy he's staying in Boston.
But he's like that. He's been like that for a while now. He's only 19. He's still doing it only at 19. He's been like that. But yeah, that's my top 10. The best top 10. The most valid top 10.
Put the cap on right now. But ladies and gentlemen, that is our top 10 small forwards going into the 2023 NBA season. Let us know what y'all think about our top 10. Let us know who had the best top 10 out of me and Khalil. These will be posted on our Instagram at Before the Horn Podcast. So make sure y'all check it out and interact with us in the comment section as well. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of episode 17 for Before the Horn Podcast. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in for whatever platform you are watching or listening on. Again, make sure y'all keep running this up and supporting and reposting, telling people all about it, man. We can't do this without y'all. We love y'all. Keep giving us feedback and comments and interaction. Love talking to y'all and interacting with y'all. Talking about sports, because we love talking about it too.
Yes, sir. Keep showing love, keep supporting, keep following us on all platforms. Follow us on Instagram at Before the Horn Podcast. Keep showing love there. We appreciate the fans, interaction, the comments. We love going back and forth with y'all. I could do it all day, but y'all not going to win. Just being honest. But keep showing love there. Be sure to follow us on TikTok and Twitter at Before the Horn Pod. A lot of more content coming out, a lot more clips coming out. Keep interacting, keep talking to us, keep showing love.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys check out our Patreon. Link is in the description box for our Patreon. Make sure y'all take a look at that. If y'all want to support and help us keep blowing up, Patreon is the way to go. Merch will be coming out. Best way to interact with us personally, consistently, is also through the Patreon as well. But that does not, the Patreon, don't let the Patreon limit to y'all interacting with us. We still go interact with y'all regardless. Again, also, make sure you guys follow our personal Instagrams. Khalil's is on the screen. Mine's on the screen. Dennis is also in the description box as well with me and Khalil's. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 17. We'll see y'all Friday.
Yes, sir.